Hello, I'm Angad and I am presenting this presentation about the Roman Republic. Topics. The topics we will be covering today are the last king of Rome, the start of the Republic, the life in the Republic of the Romans, the Punic Wars, and the end of the Republic. The last king of Rome. Tarquin the Proud. Tarquin was a tyrant. He became ruler by throwing down the last emperor down the steps of the Senate House. He was one of the three last kings who were in Tuscan: Tarquinius, Superbus Priscus, or Tarquin the Elder, Servius Tullius, and he, Tarquin the Proud. He was very unpopular. His reign lasted from 535 BC to 509 BC. In 509 BC, he was exiled. In the two attempts he tried to retake the throne, he failed and went to Cumae to live the rest of his life before he died. Tarquin reign. His predecessor, Servius Tullius, was murdered by him. He was said to be the son of Tarquin the Elder. He fought many wars against the Rome's enemies. He died in 495 BC in Cumae. Battle of Lake Regillius. Tarquin wanted to regain his throne, so he used the help of his son-in-law Octavius Mamilius. The Mamilius was killed in battle, and the Latins were defeated. It is said in Roman mythology that Castor and Pollux fought for the Romans. The start of the Roman Republic. The first consuls. The first consuls were Lucius Junius Brutus and Collatinus. The consuls were the chairmen of the Senate. They also controlled the Roman army. Both had 2 legions. They, after Brutus said something, he ordered Collatinus to be exiled because he bore the hated name of Tarquinius. Collatinus was stunned by this betrayal, but he obeyed Brutus and he went into exile. The second consul was Collatinus' father-in-law. The order of the Roman social class. The patricians were at the top of the class. They had all the rights. They were the ruling class. They could hold office. They could be senators in the council. They could be wealthy landowners, descendants of the founding fathers of Rome. The plebeians were the second class, the class below the patricians. They could not marry patricians. Poor, no wealthy landowners, no say on government. They could not be in the council or be a senate. Little rights, could not vote. The freemen, people that just came out of slavery, they could not hold office, could not be a senator, could not be in the council. They could work with the plebeian. They could work as craftsmen, miners, debt sentence, also as traders. Slaves. They were the bottom class. They didn't have any rights at all. They were people that were owned, usually not paid. They were whipped, branded. They could be freed by their owners or by themselves freedom. Roman crime and punishment during the Roman Republic. Punishments could include beatings, lashings, exile from Rome, and to never come back, fines, or even death. The Romans generally didn't send people to prison for crimes, but they did have jails to hold people while their guilt or punishment was determined. The 12 tables were the laws to make Rome a civilized and fairer place. Roman expansion during the Roman Republic. Rome was able to gain its empire in large part by extending some form of citizenship to many of the people it conquered. Military expansion drove economic development, bringing enslaved people and loot back to Rome, which in turn had transformed the city of Rome and Roman culture. This is the map of how it expanded. These are the Carthaginian territories, and the green ones are the Roman territories. These were the Roman territories in 201 BC and additions by 100 BC. These orange territories are additions by 100 BC. Life in the Republic for the Romans. In life for the rich during the Republic. For wealthy Romans, life was good. They lived in beautiful houses, often on the hills outside Rome, away from the noise and the smell. They enjoyed an extravagant lifestyle with luxurious furnishings, surrounded by servants and slaves to cater their every desire, and the opposite of the poor lifestyle. Life like for the poor during the Roman Republic. The poor lived in the dirtiest, noisiest, most crowded parts in the city. Their houses were poorly constructed. These 4-5-story apartment buildings usually lacked heat, water, and kitchens. The rooms of the poor had not much furniture, perhaps only a chair or stool and a bed. See, the poor had the opposite lifestyle of the rich, and they could only dream of such lifestyle. Life for the slaves during the Republic. They had no rights at all. Their lives were harsh. Slaves were often whipped, branded, or cruelly mistreated. Their owners could also kill them for any reason and would face no punishment. Although Romans accepted slavery as the norm, some people, like the poet and philosopher Seneca, argued that slaves should at least be treated fairly. The Punic Wars. The First Punic War. The First Punic War, also called the First Carthaginian War, 264 till 241 BC, first of the three wars between the Roman Republic and the Carthaginian Punic Empire that resulted in the destruction of Carthage. The first Punic War was to establish control over the strategic islands of Corsica and Sicily. Hamilcar, father of Hannibal, fought in the First Punic War, promised Hannibal to never make allies with Rome. He kept his promised during the Second Punic War. The result was a Roman victory, and the Romans annexed all of Sicily except Syracuse. The Second Punic War. In 219 BC, Hannibal besieged, captured, sacked the pro-Roman city of Saguntum, prompting a Roman declaration of war on Carthage in spring 218 BC. That year, Hannibal surprised the Romans by marching his army overland from Iberia through Gaul, over the Alps to Cisalpine Gaul, more than northern Italy. For the next decade, the war in southern Italy, with Roman armies slowly recapturing most of the Italian cities that joined Carthage. Even though the Carthage won great stunning victories at the start, the Romans had won the Second Punic War, just like their victory in the First Punic War. And Hannibal was defeated by Scipio Africanus at the Battle of Zama. The Third Punic War. The Third Punic War was the third and the last of the Punic Wars fought between Carthage and Rome. The war was fought entirely within Carthaginian territory in modern northern Tunisia. There's a Wikipedia link from here too. This is the end of the Roman Republic. The Roman Republic Anarchy. The Social War, 91 to 88 BC, was fought against the Soci, Roman allies in Italy, and was the result of Rome's intransigence in regarding the civil liberties of its own citizens, Romans, as superior to those of the citizens of rest of Italy. Subjects of the Roman Republic, those Italian provincials, might be called to arms in its defense or might be subjugated to extraordinary taxes. They had no say in the expenditure of these taxes or in the uses of the arms that raised in their territories. The Social War was in part caused by the assassination of Marcus Livius Drusus the Younger. His reforms were intended to grant the Romans allies in Italy full Roman citizenship, which would have given the provincials a say in the external and internal policies of the Roman Republic. When Drusus was assassinated, most of his reforms addressing grievances. The First Triumvirate. The First Triumvirate was made of Caesar, Pompey, and Crassus. Caesar was a famous scholar, priest, general, and politician. Pompey was a famous general and politician. Crassus was the richest man in Rome. The triumvirate weakens. After Crassus's death in Parthia and Julia's death, relationships with Caesar and Pompey weakened. And after the Battle of Pharsalus, Pompey was defeated and sought refuge in Ptolemaic Egypt, where he was assassinated. This is our final slide. The end of the Roman Republic ensued when Octavian, Emperor Augustus, won the Battle of Actium. This is the end of the slideshow, and I will be coming to you soon in my third presentation.